The ebb and flow of voters as they enter and exit the polling stations on Sunday resulted in a total of 4,242 ballots being cast. The exercise, quite easily the largest turnout in favor of the United Democratic Party in recent conventions, saw a cross-section of residents converging on the ITVET compound. Of the many who came out to lend support to their candidate of choice, only 10 will advance to the municipal elections in March 2015. Leading the charge is incumbent Mayor Darrell Bradley.
It's very spirited. I saw all 16 of the candidates. I visited all of their stations, wished all of them well wishes. I think there's a lot of camaraderie out here. The voter turnout is steady. We know that for conventions like these, people like to go to church in the morning or they have their Sunday dinner and come out in the afternoon. But still in the morning, the numbers look pretty healthy. I haven't gotten an accurate count thus far, but we're pretty confident in terms of the showing, and we're confident that the UDP will be returned to office come March of 2015. I'm very pleased with all the people who have turned out. Everything seems well organized, and it's a good day.
Notwithstanding the oppressive heat, stalwarts of the ruling party, including Minister of State Mark King, availed themselves of the opportunity to do some campaigning.
At the end of the day, I wear many caps today. Of course, this is the United Democratic Party. This is a family day, so I'm here to join in and bring out the people from Lekai to support the convention. Secondly, this is our convention to set our city council candidates in place for the largest constituency within the country, Belize City, and at the end of the day, we're just conducting that process.
That process, an egalitarian exercise by all means, involved the participation of 3 female councillor candidates, including returning nominee Alifa Elrington Hyde.
It's Hyacinth, myself, and Noreen. And, you know, it's a funny thing because you seem to find that unless you're really pushing people, they're not necessarily willing to vote for that female. They usually just look for the men. But I think there was a bit of difference this time around. I felt a lot of women were actually here to say, look, I'm here to vote for the women. If it's only for the women I'm voting, I'm putting my X's for the 3 women that are on the slate. So I think the energy was different this time around when it comes to women who are actually on the ballot.
Of the 3 women who took part in the convention, Hyacinth Lachman Koyar would receive the most show of hands. A final tally indicates that as many as 2,796 voters chose her as one of only 2 females to join the official slate. Offering himself this year is Freddie Cantiliano. Since the gates were open at 10 o'clock, he has been fixed at the entrance, meeting and greeting in both Spanish and English.
Here I am under the sun, and I will not get out from here until this gate is closed. I will move from here. And I thank all the people that have seen the vehicles and around the different divisions, and they are just getting on them and coming here and give us that support. That definitely my machinery is working fully. You understand? So I thank all of them, of course, that they are working along my side, and I believe that at the end of the day, definitely the victory will be ours.
While that triumph would elude Cantiliano, today's turnout in favor of 4-time candidate Philip Willoughby is a barometer being used to gauge the public's receptiveness of him as an aspirant in the 2017 general elections.
I see all of them as an uphill battle. All of us are equal. To me today, I'm not a councillor, but a single individual fighting to get a seat to go back in the council. That's how I view that. So to me, I consider myself no better, no less than any of my other colleagues.
Now, you are in a unique situation in that you're also eyeing a seat in central government. How does that work in terms of either your campaign efforts and the duality of your role?
Well, substantial. If I were to gauge it, I would measure it as substantial, because if I were to say I would like to run or represent the Albert's constituent, I would have to have a great showing out here today, most naturally, to say that I have some sort of representation and backing from the people. So again, all my efforts and energy has to at least gauge around that number that I said, about 400 solid.
It is unclear whether Willoughby was able to pass muster among voters in the Albert division. What is certain is that with a total of 2,893 votes overall, he was second only to Dion Leslie. That outcome is due in large part to the political machinery.
Each 16 candidates had to go out and they had to link primarily with standard bearers, and they communicated with them and they set up their own independent link. Some of them, of course, are associated with each other and they're cooperating. But it's basically a unified front. It's very difficult when you have 16 candidates. Of course, the returning candidates are working pretty much together so that the 8 of those people are joining with their machinery. The other 8 are kind of separate out there. But we've noticed a very organized campaign. I'm very impressed with some of the new candidates in terms of their ability to bring out people. And the turnout will reflect that. And the turnout come March of next year likewise will reflect that.
The new UDP City Council slate includes Dion Leslie, Philip Willoughby, Hyacinth Coyar, Jason Edwards, B.Q. Pitts Jr., Dean Samuels, Alain Gonzalez, Michael Theos, Alifa Ellington, and Kevin Singh. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.